Oh, the spinning wheel of doom.
There's the spinning
This place
room
is
of doom.
insane.
Here we are, folks. We are back with Mr. Tim Steinruck right here, of course, in New York City and Times Square. Mr. Tim, how the heck are you, man?
I am unbelievably, awesomely happy right now. I have always wanted to experience Times Square, and so to be here talking to one of my favorite people, one of my best friends, and my business partner in the Pierce Media Group, to be able to share this moment with you and then all of the people who support us is an incredible, incredible experience.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It's a very, very lucrative business we are going into. And look at you, all the lights and glitter of New York City after a big win at the ISSA's, triple winner there. You know, let's talk about that, man. Like, what kind of a thrill was that having that happen?
I don't even really know what happened there. I got to be honest with you. It was a bit of a blur when I won International Singer Songwriter of the Year. I that blew my mind. It did. It blew my mind. And then I was going to walk back down to my seat, and they're like, no, 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 come back here behind the curtain. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe we're going to take some pictures or something. And then, two announcements later, I'm going back out for album of the year. And then, so now I got two trophies. I walk back. I said, can I go back to my seat now? And she goes, yep. So I go back to my seat, and I don't even sit down. And they announce Band of the Year Silver. And it was just like, honestly, it was so emotionally overwhelming. I couldn't really totally take it all in. I was in shock. I was in shock.
You know, like that ISS has been around 5 years now, the 5-year anniversary. You know, today. Yeah. Tammany does
right.
wonderful. Look at the view behind you. Look at that. Yeah, New York City. All we got to do now is get that Tim Steinruck over there on that billboard behind you.
We got to get me on the bill. We're going to do that by next year. We're going to be on the billboard for sure.
We will be on the billboards. Look at that, everybody honking and having a good time out there. Yeah, they know who they're seeing, right? They know what's happening here. So, craziness happening in your life. Let's talk a little bit about your life. Roundabout kind of doing a tour of New York. Met up with Brian Fanigan of course, Grace Musicians Group. Great character.
Yeah.
That must have been, you got to run into Miss Sydney Irving, one of my all-time favorite acts. How was that?
Well, going to Syracuse was a personal visit on many levels because Brian is a great friend that we've been talking online for a long time, but we've actually never met in person. But Brian's one of these old school guys who likes to, he likes to shake hands and know who he's going to work with, and I want to do with him because he's an amazing promoter out there, and he managed with Sydney Irving, obviously, and Cooper Greer, and so that was a great visit. We hung out the first day. He showed me around, and then the second day, he took me to a bunch of different places, including an amazing donut shop that wasn't open. I don't know if you've seen that video that's going viral right now.
That was a crazy little thing there. Only come on, only Brian's going to do that. The only guy that gets Tim Steinruck in friggin' New York is going to take him to a donut shop, right?
But these donuts, we went there. We didn't get in that day, but we went there this morning, and I got a 6-pack of donuts. And I'm telling you, I had one with real bacon on it. Like, this is like true Canadian donut. It had maple and it had bacon. I can't believe it. Like, this place is an amazing donut place. But yeah, he took me to the donut house. He took me, we went to a mall. No, not a mall, sorry, a grocery store. And I've never seen a grocery store so big. You couldn't even see the end from one end to the other when you were in it. But I thought it was interesting that Brian,
He's on Facebook telling us all about it. I brought you to the grocery store. Get in here. I sent you the link, Brian. Hit that button. Come on in here and join us.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the good time with Mr. Tim. And let's talk about some of your acts in here, man. And let's talk about Sydney. Let's talk about Cooper, man. Like some great acts this guy's got running around.
Well, I got to say, so the first day that I got there, he picked me up at the airport. And of course, you know, because it's rock and roll, we went right to his show that he was managing Sydney at, and then we watched Sydney play, which was amazing. And I mean this event, the Speedy Fest, was incredible. It was like over 4,000 people were there to see Sydney, and it was insane. And it was probably their biggest show, so to be able to be at one of their biggest shows was like a huge honor. And I just hung out while Brian did his thing. He ran around like a mad nut because that's what managers do.
Oh, that's all he ever does. It's not like he never stops. Like I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what time of day I get up and do my thing, or what time I go to bed. He's on bloody line promoting Sydney or Cooper or one of his acts or one of his venues. He's got to be one of the hardest working, managers, promoters I know. That he just never stops.
He truly is. He truly is. And so for him, first of all, to take the time to hang out with me in probably the busiest time of the year for him, because festival season in the summertime is the busiest time for any promoter, but somebody like himself who's holding multiple venues and multiple artists, I was so humbled that he would take time for me to do that. And,
he's bullshitting here online here, telling us he's trying to find the link to get in. Even though I sent it right to your messenger, sir, it's a great big box that says "Join Dawn" here, so you can't miss it.
It takes one click there, Brian.
One click, Brian. One click. It does to join us here on Air the podcast. I'm telling you, Tim, it is our summer series here at On Air the podcast. We're going to be bringing live music via Facebook, YouTube, and of course, I am going to want, of course, you to come in and entertain us. Seeing this little gig you did, in a friggin' Holiday Inn. What are you doing? What are you doing to us?
So this place, this Holiday Inn, Brian set me up. His friend Frank runs a place there called the Maplewood. And the people that go there and are like fans of the place and musicians and stuff like that that play there, they're called the Woodies. So I hung out with the Woodies for a couple of days, and it was cool. Like because Monday night, now the day after the Sydney gig, the Monday night, Brian says to me, he says, hey, they got a jam, they got an acoustic jam there. Sydney's bass player has a guitar for you. And why don't you come down and why don't you play? And so I went down there and I played a couple of covers, and I think So High and Rocky Mountain Way.
Right, you did that Rocky Mountain Way. That kind of what set everything off there. Bob Wagner, how are you, buddy?
Bob is there, Bobby.
Yeah, let's talk about Mr. Bob.
Yeah, so Bob Wagner, he's my partner in the Mighty One. We've been doing this together for a long time. It's been over a decade that we've been working together, and one of the beautiful things about Bob is that he's also a producer like myself. So as a matter of fact, whenever I'm doing vocals, I rely on Bob to produce my vocals. So we sort of bounce off of each other and create. That's how we created the Torch of Rock and Roll album, and we're very proud of it. And I know, Don, I shared with you a couple of demos of stuff that's coming up. There's some amazing new music on the way from the Mighty One. But before we do that, we really wanna focus on this song, "Kicking Stones" from the Torch of Rock and Roll, because this is a very, very, very important song.
That has got to be one of my all-time favorite songs of all time. We talk about it all the time, play it all the time, and it's. I don't know if Bob, he knows that Pick and Stone is probably featured on Cat Country more than a country song. It's
Wow.
like I play that each and every day on the country song. It actually comes up on my podcast. I use it in all my commercials, as you know, with your permission. It's a great song, and coming from the legends of Canadian rock, I'm got to tell you, it's an incredible album from start to finish. You've got like a friggin' comic book based on it coming out that is soon. Folks, he does have a comic book coming out. So let's talk about ISSAs. But first, guess who I got here?
Whoa, Lisa Sanders!
Another ISS. There you go. Here is, folks, is my tour manager galore and everywhere around the world, Miss Lisa Saunders. Man, Lisa, how was Tim and how was going to Atlanta?
Honest to God, it was a freaking whirlwind. We were late. We schlepped our sorry asses into the awards or into the pre-party with our suitcases.
You did do that, Brian. Here you go. There's the crazy man himself, live from New York.
I am Brian, the mini mighty one.
There you are. That too. Is that a Mighty One hat you have on?
It is.
That's it. I should have brought mine in.
Flying the flag.
Flying the flag. Let's talk about the Mini Mighty One, of course, and Miss Sydney. And we're going to talk about Cooper here, man. What an incredible talent, Brian. Where the hell did you find that guy?
A lot of the artists that I work with, the artist group that I work with, so Grace Musicians Group is a group of booking agents that I've worked with for many, many years. And it helps us because, as I was telling Tim, artists that you have in Canada, I've never heard of. They're awesome. I have artists that are below Maryland and where we are that I've never heard of. So Cooper came up in a very small circle because we don't share those artists because they're so good. And I brought him to New York once, and I'm like, just like Tim's name is written on the bottom. He's my person now. So Cooper and Sydney on the bottom of my foot. They're my people. So
hey, wait a minute. I thought I was your people.
You're right here, dude.
Right? I'm kind of jelly over here.
I turn into jelly. You know what? That's a commercial I have on my station.
I have a very
you must
big
be listening to my station. Yeah. Kids today, jelly. I have no idea what that meant until my grandson at 8 years old told me. I said, what the hell is jelly? It means you're jealous, Papa.
You know what, though? It's cool. It's cool if they do it. You start using it, they will stop using it.
Well, and that's it. I never thought of that. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it.
After chat, they'll stop talking about their phones.
No doubt. Hey, let's talk about the ISSAs for just 1 minute. Let's talk about Big Records, what happened there. Brian, of course, involved in Big Records too. Tim, Big Records artist, and of course, Lisa from Rise Up TV, another entity of Big Records. Holy crap, we got the Big Records family here. Myself, big supporter of Big Records and their artists, of course. Let's talk about ISSAs, what it meant to be there, and what was it like walking down the red carpet, Lisa?
It was insane. I had a couple of moments where, I have a big job. I deal with people all day long, huge festivals that I produce. And I had to step out a couple of times because it was a little intimidating. It was really awesome. The people were stoked. The energy was good. The red carpet was beautiful. The outfits were beautiful. It was actually kind of surreal, wasn't it, Tim?
There you go, the woman's point of view. So, Tim, let's tell us the real story now. Come on.
No, it was.
Come on, let's talk about the booze, the fun, the party. I don't give a damn about somebody's skirt. Like, Jesus. I'm not a fashion critic here. Like, you're on air the podcast, right? You know what on air the podcast is? It means I talk too much and I say too much. So
no. Tim Steinruck, the mighty one, has a stylist, so don't even go there without pretending about the outfits.
We did see that
Tell
too.
him how much of a stylist I am. What I wear the whole time I saw it.
I guarantee it's shorts, a t-shirt,
camo shorts.
Camo shorts, gotta be the camo shorts. I gotta admit, I did see the little video with Sydney. Only friggin' you will do that shit. I'm telling you. She's a fantastic artist. Let's talk a little bit about Cindy. Like what? 20 friggin' years old. Out everywhere, everything, working hard. Like how does she do it? Like she's so young.
What's hard? What's hard that other artists don't understand that separates good from better from best to exceptional is Tim knows this. When she's off stage, she has never once come to me and said, I killed it. Her band has said, we did great. She comes back, she gets off stage, even a stage like that where that's the biggest crowd. She sold $2,000 in merchandise. You don't just do that. She get right there. So she gets off stage. She said, "What do I need to fix?" Every show.
What a star!
And when I compliment her, it goes like this: Brian, you're making me feel uncomfortable. Can we talk about something else?
She seems like a very humble young lady. The talent is unbelievable. I have been playing Sydney. You just a hip standard. I've been playing Sydney on my country station for God, I don't know how long, and she's not a country artist, is she?
No, I mean, I really believe today, and with the people that we work at in Nashville, that you have to be a utility player right now in the industry. My daughter 100%. Anna, she plays softball. She's on a major travel team, but you got to be able to cover not a pitcher or catcher, but you got to be able to play second base, outfield. What makes you valuable?
I think he's getting attacked there.
I think Tim's got like a fan group going on over there in Times Square.
Yeah. No, what
you should have seen him at the Maplewood. He was like the MILF Wrangler.
Oh, he's the milk wrangler.
Well, okay, Cougar. I'll say it properly. Cougar Wrangler.
You gotta, you know what? The one good thing about On Air the podcast, it's internet, so we can say whatever we want.
Well, it's him, and I just say that anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
You're right. Me too. Who cares?
I cannot wait for the four of us to get in New York City and blow that town apart. Holy man.
Yeah.
It would be
Let's make that happen.
Let's make it happen.
Actually, now that Tim...
We also need 2 cases of recovery bags. IV, we're good to go.
Guess what? I'm the DD because I don't drink as a canned. So,
You're the DD then.
Well,
because we can drink.
Excuse me. No. I'm just opening the fucking door. The damn limo driver's taking us on the road, but I'm not doing anything of that. You think I'm driving in New York City? No. When I used to do entertainment and drive the trucks to Madison Square Garden, yeah, that was enough for me. That's enough. Yeah.
Right, you never ever can get over that shit.
No, New York City in a big truck? No, you don't. No. So, you know what? We got a lot of things happening here between Grace Musicians Group. You've got so much on the go, Brian. Like, holy crap, you just never stop. What is up next for Sydney? And, of course, Cooper. Man,
yeah.
I want to get Cooper to Canada, dude.
Yeah, we have, so between August and September 15th, there's 136 shows. So I'm obviously not going to them all, but like as Tim says, everybody's like, "Do you have to leave?" I'm like, "I have to go home and write reports." It's not. I don't have. Even when we go to Cooper's coming next week. So Sydney, Cooper, and 1002, which formerly were, they're in Canada. They're all playing. We have different venues, but they're all piggybacking each other. So if Cooper's playing one day, Sydney's playing the next. 1002. So and then they all.
1002 is something else, man.
I've put the fire under their butt and said either listen.
Red Deer Alberta band, actually.
They
have a brand new single out. It's been working. Cherry Sunrise. It's amazing.
It is an amazing song.
When I listen
to it, actually, Brian, I seen 1002 in Fernie, British Columbia. At a live event they did, my hometown. Okay, it's where Cat Country originates, and I'm telling you, they just blew Fernie right out of the water. They could not believe it.
they need to be controlled discipline about what makes you successful and whatnot. And Tim and I were talking about that. I think Don and I were talking about it. Is that you can tell an artist who really wants to talk about being good and being great, or those who actually willing to work for it. You don't talk about I'm going to write 100 songs and it's going to be bought. And I'm going to play for no. You go do what we tell you to do. You can't jump right to the end off the bat.
Yeah, that's
why Sydney and Cooper are where they are. They listen to the advice of Tim and I, all of us, Lisa. We failed more than they'll ever fail, because if they listen, I'll tell you what you're going to fail at. And Sydney is not one of those who would do that. I tell all four of us, if we could jump back in time and talk to ourselves, we'd be like,
oh man. But you know what, Brian? Yeah. Like, failure is a part of the business. It helps you grow.
It helps you grow.
I don't ever look at it. And we talk about, with me, and Lisa's heard this from other artists, that I'm very critical. I'm not critical. You pay me and you want me to work with you because you need me to help you. You all of you guys, Don, you guys, Lisa, they're tree huggers.
Yeah.
They love their music. They see everything from one vision going out.
Yeah.
You need to see we're successful because we look in. So we can see both sides and we can tell what doesn't work and what works.
Mm-hmm.
When they get on their phone, when they go to the bathroom, when they get beer.
Yeah.
Are they enthralled? They can't leave? How many phones are up when they release a new song? So that's all I got. Cooper is a superstar.
Cooper is something else, man. I was watching him. I think he was at the campsite where you do Sunny Hill.
That was Cody Webb, because we love him too. Cody Webb is another one.
Okay, that's the other. I was going to say.
We have so many artists that are
who is that
next level.
Young guy that was at Sunny Hill?
That was Cody Webb. Cody Webb is.
Okay, what a great artist that is. Cooper is
that high energy.
He's got to go all the time, right?
Did you see the shirt that he wore? Tim saw.
No,
you saw, right?
Yeah.
It says biscuits and porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's my kind of guy.
So those guys came by when he last week when he was with Jake Owens and Hardy. He was with them.
Wow.
Now he's got this. And I felt good because Speedy Fest, he had 7,700 people total, which was bigger than they doubled.
Insane.
Wow, incredible! That's the music industry of today. You either work it and work it hard, or you're just not going to make it.
We talk about lost opportunities.
Yeah,
not afford a lost opportunity. I'll put it like this because Sydney's not listening. Her intro that they should have been using all summer, they didn't, and they came in with a zip, and that's not her fault that it didn't work, but. It's one of those things that she couldn't use it, and the guy who was part of the Dick's Open, which is even bigger than this, Tim, just so you know, Tim, they picked her up for the Dick's Open, and that's like 18,000. She opened for whatever. I mean, we had Kenny Chesney this year, so I mean Bruce Springsteen, but he said lost opportunity, and she heard that. Like if you're a good artist, you fail once, or I fail once, they go, I'm not going to do that, and you don't do it again.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Tim Steinruck over there in Times Square being a freaking rock star. This is the most amazing freaking live ever. I'm so happy you're there, my friend.
Tim, I found out that you did take the rest of my Labatt Max. They're not in my back seat. We were at Speedy Fest and I had one in my bag and I came back. He's like, "Yeah, drink that silver one." The lineup. I'm like, "Drink my beer." I'm Canadian. I
drank his emergency beer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
You better had two. That's one thing about Canada. We always have stronger beer.
Cool. Well, he said that. He's like, "You drink Labatt beer?" I'm like, "Labatt Ice, difference. One's 8%. It's none of that sissy 3% stuff." I'm like, if I'm gonna drink, I want to drink 5 King cans. I walk around in a bag. I like it.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
The music industry today is changed so much. Do you find that artists today really need to give their friggin' head a shake and realize what the music business is a business?
To me, I don't think I don't feel that there's hardly any serious artists in the industry anymore. I mean, compared to what there was, I don't. I think people want to come off of TikTok. They want to be a TikTok star. That's how they do it. I see some of these major tours with a TikTok artist. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's going on in this area right here? Like,
Yeah, you know what?
It's-
I've seen that happen.
it's got nothing
you
to
know.
do with talent anymore, at all.
No, it's smoke and mirrors and perception is what it is. Money,
It's 100,000 followers
money
that you
can
can find. That's it.
yeah, friggin' money can buy you anything. Truly, it can,
It
including
is.
followers. You know, you've got such a big smile on your face. It is just incredible. Like behind you, you know, everybody's watching you. You're doing this live. Everybody can see what you're doing, and it's
He's
like,
got gas. That's why he's smiling.
yeah, he's trying to figure. Everybody's trying to figure out what is this guy doing here? Like, what is this?
I know.
What is this?
When he was at the Maplewood the first night, he's like, they all clapped. I'm like, because they're fucking scared of you. That's why.
Well, you know, like your stuff was on Facebook, and of course at the ISSA Awards, Tim, and the buddy called me up and he says, did you see Steinruck? And I says, well, of course I did. And he says, fucking guy looks like a rock and roll friggin' Brad Paisley. What the fuck is going on?
Could have been pegged worse.
There you go. Like it was the shirt, dude. It was a shirt. Love that.
Well,
you got
he looked that way until I jumped on his back and he piggybacked me around the grocery store. And I'm like, what's going on here?
And it was then it was like a Sasquatch and a panda.
I heard donkey and a jackass.
And I told him, I'm like, I'm the mini mighty one. I'm gonna come in as like what is it? Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grow a beard. Next time we have a major event, you guarantee that I want to look like him, just small.
If you can't grow a Brian, we'll buy you one.
Oh, I'll find a way to grow. It'll all be pubes, though. It won't work.
So much for Tim's live from friggin'
right. Sorry, Tim, we busted him, but
you know better than to put me on any of this stuff.
I
had to, man. I just had to.
There couldn't be two more favorite people of mine that I would want on this live right now and in this moment, to be able to share this moment with all of you guys. All three of you is just the most special thing. You know, it's a good thing I'm wearing sunglasses because there's a tear, there's a little crocodile tear.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You got the mighty one with a tear in his eye. You got Brian's bawling his eyes out now.
I was weepy this weekend, so he's trying to console me by saying he's crying. He's not.
And you guys know I just always cry about everything.
You do. You do.
Because you have those extra perks. That's why.
Especially when somebody steps on a piece of glass on a tour bus.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Fucking Tim.
Loses her phone in the middle of a tour with all the information on it. Flights, tour bus times.
Yeah, but I'm old school, right? Like I had that shit printed.
Yeah, you know what? I've never seen anybody in my life still carry paper but you.
Hey, right here. That's what I'm working on.
I carry paper.
Oh, yeah. I don't rely on my technology.
Oh, no. I carry papers, but not paper.
Hey, and Tim, I'm still writing that day sheet for tomorrow. That was supposed to be
wow,
yesterday.
the one you were working on last night.
Yeah,
wow.
they're really happy with me right now. Good thing from LA. Doesn't really matter that I'm on a flight already.
I wonder if he knows that we have a huge audience in LA.
Oh, I'm sure. And it's called the Pistol Blonde Band.
You are a special person.
They're great.
Well, I gotta say, you know, Brian, one of my favorite moments in this whole trip was definitely last night. I know you had to go because you had to work or pretend to work or something.
Holy crap! Look at Tim, stop! Look at the fucking traffic there. Holy crap! I would not want to drive
right?
there.
It's crazy.
Holy crap!
Anyways, you know, I knew I had to give them. I had to give them some ZZ Top. They kept bugging me.
Well, yeah.
And then I gave them Tush, and it was like the place just exploded.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, panties fell off. Everything. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, Holiday Inn too. You couldn't have got my guy a bigger venue than the Holiday Inn.
If you see this Holiday Inn, this Holiday Inn is like a 5-star. It's crazy.
Really?
And you let him in there.
I had to see through the back door.
You had to do more than the back door, buddy. Yeah. Wrong words to say about me.
Tim,
I used to be a comedian, right? You said the
you
wrong
got it.
friggin' thing.
Tim's like, I did Tush. I'm like, he calls me. I'm like, dude, I live a mile away. I know what you did. I can hear your big ass Viking voice singing.
Yeah, you were riding on the back, all right, buddy.
Oh man, I'm like, I gotta get out of here before I can't do crowd control anymore.
Yeah,
It's like chasing squirrels in a round, chasing squirrels in a field.
well, with that get up you had at the
baby foxes.
On a hamster wheel.
I brought him in.
It's even worse here, you know. Now we got ladies behind you, Tim, taking pictures of your back and your beard. Just turn around and say hi.
We're gonna lose him then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. We're never getting him out of NYC now.
No. He's a New Yorker for sure now. Yeah,
hey,
come from New York.
You know what? I decided I wanted to celebrate, but I didn't have time to go and sit down in a bar and have drinks, right? Because I'm only here for like, I don't know, whatever, 12 hours or 13 hours, right? Before I got to go home. So I gotta have drinks and go sightseeing at the same time. So
You should have went to Vegas then.
I picked myself up a couple bottles of Coke and a nice baby of rum, and I'm walking around here drinking rum and Coke.
Hey, but you did you hit those 2 spots we talked about? He has to get mugged. And
absolutely, I got a foot rub. I got a foot rub on the one, the back rub on the other. I promise. That's all there was.
Yeah,
we didn't even care.
He was going over the bridge today, and he was walking, right? Walking over into the boroughs, and I'm saying to him, "You really want to get shot, don't you?"
Yeah. I said, make sure you go to the strip club first. Get ready, then you can get mugged. He sent me this thing saying, "Hey, Tim, we have Tim hostage. We need $100,000." I'm like, or he's gonna bleed. I'm like, dude, he's a fucking Viking. He cuts his hand in the morning until he can put makeup on. What are you gonna do with that? No way.
I'm just waiting for the Bell money call. It's like your flight's on the way to Atlanta. I didn't think you guys were ever gonna fucking get there.
Oh fuck! It was a nightmare, man.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's been the theme of this whole thing is delays and changes and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, yesterday morning when I woke up and there was like a big storm, Brian calls me at like 4:30 in the morning.
Multiple times.
Still awake, I bet.
No.
The hotel room telephone is going.
I had to call him. I had to call the hotel to get a hold of him. Because he's snoring. I'm like, dude, we had a tornado. What? Where are we?
Yeah, no, it was scary, but yeah, there was so many storms. It was like, so I had to rebook my flight for the next day. And it was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer because I want to come to New York and I want to hang out and I'm going to miss out and stuff like that. But then I'm sitting there and I'm realizing, I'm like, interesting. When I left last night, all of the people in the bar said, wow, thank you so much, Tim, for coming to play acoustic. I really hope your flight gets canceled tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I said, are you serious? And they're like, no, we don't mean any ill will to you or anything, but we really hope it gets canceled tomorrow because tomorrow night, that's our big night here at the Maplewood.
The thing is that Tim doesn't realize this. So I had to work till 2:30 in the morning on call because I work venues out in LA and all that. So I'm like, well, if I got to get Tim up at 4, I'm like, I'm not going to sleep. So at 4 o'clock, I'm like, let's fucking go so I can go to bed. 4:15, 4:30. I'm like, I call the hotel. They're like, we can't tell you if he's here. I'm like, motherfucker, it's a guy with a beard. He's that Viking guy. Ring him.
Can't tell you if he's
so
here.
then Tim's like, okay, I'm gonna call. It looks like it's so like 5:30 finally calls. I'm like, oh, I can go to sleep. And then my phone for work, 9 o'clock. So tonight I haven't slept since yesterday-ish. So
yeah, you look like it too.
But I still have to fill out that report or I was in trouble.
Anyways, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And what happened last night was super magical. It was like my heart's bigger, like 2 sizes bigger than it was before I came to Syracuse. So I actually started working on the song already, Brian. I told you that today. It's called, it's called "Stuck in Syracuse," and this song, I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen.
That sounds like that country cover you want to do, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
He's bringing me on the kazoo on that one. I'm really happy I get to my whole full project on that one.
Well, and I get the spoons.
Yeah,
I'll do the triangle.
That's
There you
Tim, I told you triangle. That's my gig. I'll give
That's
it
all we need. That's all we need.
Okay, who's the bell player? We need the bells. Come on.
But you can kick with your feet. You can use bells on your feet. Actually, the tambourine you can use on your feet, so you can play the
Well,
bells.
there we go.
There you go.
We got the whole kindergarten class in the plan.
I'm a fast thinker. Tim's like, you think really fast. I'm like, yeah. He throws stuff out there like he's got it. I'm like, oh, I'm coming back.
And Tim called himself the rock star, right?
Yeah.
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 Holy shit! I just realized something because it just came up on the thing. It's Whitney Houston's 60th birthday today.
Wow.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Whitney.
Happy birthday, Whitney.
There you go. And thank you, WestJet, for fucking everything up from day one. There you go. I had to proud sponsors of Wreck-It and Beckett, WestJet Airlines.
But you like Tim said though, things happen for a reason. Like if you remember, like Major League Baseball, the one pitch out of all these pitches that have ever happened, the guy throws the ball, it blows up a dove. Like what? Yeah, how many things in life have to happen for that to come about? And I feel the same with people. And Tim and I were talking. Like for me, I know when I meet somebody within a day if they're going to be my person. There's people in and out of your life, like chapters in a book.
Yeah,
chapters in a book become who you. Like an old guy like Captain Ahab up to Tim. It tricks you to make you who you are. And I like the people that I meet through this, that not everybody's meant to be in your life the whole time, but take about the positive stuff that you can and, leave this place better than you came in with it.
Yeah.
Amen,
exactly.
brother. Amen for
Exactly.
that. That's what the music business should be about, is giving
It should
back.
be, but it's
and
not.
you know what? It's a whole different world today. And
Yep.
thank God, and thank the whole world that the independent music world is growing as it is. People are joining into shows just like mine each and every day at Cat Country Radio, of course, and of course Cat Country Power Hit Radio, who Sydney, I got to tell you, plays on both of our stations.
That's great.
Each and every day. And it is beyond thank you. I want to thank you, Brian and Lisa, for jumping in here and helping me bug the hell out of Mr. Tim here.
I think we got like a whole new show situation going on here.
Yeah, we might have. Yeah,
I think we might have.
I told Tim we're like out louder than everybody in that big huge mall grocery store.
That has got to be. Why isn't that on film?
I got a lot more.
Well, I better see it, Brian.
We walked in that donut shop today and Glazed and Confused, and that girl's like, "You're that guy with the video." I'm like,
Yes, that's right.
That video was awesome. Oh my god.
I just brought him there. I didn't even tell him what we were going to do. And was like, and did you see the second part of it?
Yeah.
Where I'm talking to Paul and they're like, Tim does, he can't even hear me. And I'm looking over there like, forget you. I'm not getting in your car. My mom thought, she's like, did you make him mad? I'm like, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. You don't even get it. No, he's not mad at all.
No, Mom. He's been there, done that, and he just started over again.
It's me. You can be mad. Well, people can be mad.
Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook, Tim, where Jason had posted a picture of your awards and then all your glasses beside them, and that you were going to have a great night's sleep.
Well, he wasn't far off. There was definitely some celebrating the other night.
Yeah, there was.
Really happy for Rachel. Very happy for Rachel.
I guess the fact that 48 hours trying to catch a plane didn't help, right? Anyway, folks, we are glad that you joined us here and On Air for this special edition live from, of course, Times Square's New York. Got to thank Lisa Saunders and, of course, Mr. Brian, who still hasn't done his report.
No, it's done. It's done now. I just got to actually make it real.
You got to get on interviews to get your work done. Yeah.
I got to get my Insta snapper. Yes, I got to go on
there
that.
you go. Well, I don't know, man. Like the AI, I guess that's the new thing now. Use AI. Here, write my report, asshole.
It's already smarter than me. I'm not doing that shit. If you guys got anything from me that was spelled right, you'd be like, that ain't Brian.
Wait a minute. Tim works with me. He knows that.
I still
Brian,
have
you
to my
made me
invoice
get
for work,
Grammarly.
Tim. It's going to have Brian,
Grammarly,
you owe me with a big X on it, and that's all you're getting.
Yeah, well, you made me get Grammarly.
Yes, I did.
Not doing it.
I said, I'm in the fucking music business. I'm not a teacher, dude.
I I don't care if I spell it right. As long as you know what I'm talking
I
about.
said, did you get what I meant? He said, well, yeah, I read it. And I said, well, then what's the problem? Look at this. He's got the Mammoth shirt on, Mammoth beard, his big sponsor, folks. Yeah, Mammoth beard. Got it.
Definitely a shout out to a good Canadian company called Mammoth Beard Company with amazing beard products. Keep my beard in line all the time. Love those guys. And,
I got to tell you.
Oh, hey, Tim. Hey, Tom, really quick. Tom, really, I have the money for the beard touching thing from Maplewood. Just so you know. He charged like everybody $5 to touch his beard. We got like $2,000. Crazy. You forgot that. And I'll change over to Canadian. It'll be like $8 million. So
That's right.
Yeah, it'll be about that too. Holy shit. That's not even the answer, man. We're at, our money's worth so much that your side won't even take it anymore.
Oh. This is it, right?
Yeah, they tell us to keep. No, we show
keep
them our
your
Canadian,
fucking money.
No, they just keep telling us to go south. Keep going.
That's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
My art is that way. We don't take that here.
Oh man.
Well, I gotta say this United States experience here. I think this is the pinnacle of the United States. Times Square, would you not agree, is the pinnacle of the United States?
Big town and small town.
Yeah. It's amazing there. The feeling when you walk into Times Square is kind of overwhelming, man.
That's what he said when he saw me at the airport. It was a little overwhelming.
Yeah, but he was only wearing a thong though. It was
top.
Well, that I can probably say is true. About the whole conversation tonight, that would be the one thing that I know is true.
It's actually true. He told me to be honest, and like not that honest, Brian.
He wanted to really impress me.
Yeah. Impress somebody anyway. Yeah.
It was a Tim Hortons and a G-string.
I love Tim Hortons. I love Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Tim Hortons. Yeah, you know what? Tim Hortons in the U.S. is not the same as Tim Hortons in Canada.
No, it's not. I mean, I've been to both. I mean, we had a lot of Tim Hortons, and they put too many in, and they all go.
Yeah, true enough. Same as here. Like everything here is Tim Hortons. So, but anyway, I am going to cut you guys loose.
Okay.
And you guys have a no. I'm not cutting you loose. Anyway, we got to go interview.
I have to go support Mexico. I got PV down the road. Bears in town tonight, so I got to get out to a show.
And I actually have to do this report finally.
Go say hi to Bears.
Report.
I will smooch him for you.
Big reports.
He's on the red eye coming to New York. He's like, I need it before I leave, and that's when I jumped on with you. I'm like, oh, I've been on 42 minutes. I'm like, guess he's on the air. I guess he's already in the air. At least he can't yell at me till 10 a.m. till it lands, so it's okay.
Well, you can say thank you, Dawn. I didn't have to do my report. No. And you can blame me.
So the dog ate it.
He put it on. The fucker put me on TV. What do you want me to do?
Oh, I got to screenshot this. You're right. Hang on. Boom. Okay, screenshot it. I actually am on.
I'm on TV. Like, what do you want?
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
I'm with the crazy athletes from Big Records.
Thanks so much for coming on, Brian and Lisa. I love you guys so much, both of you. Lisa,
thank you, Brian, for jumping on here, man.
You know, Lisa was just a trooper. She always is on tour. You know, touring with or going on tour with a tour manager is the most amazing thing you can do. And then, Brian, you're also a tour manager and a promoter and such like that. So to
Wrangler,
a Wrangler, yeah, that's right. For the milk Wrangler. I know.
Yeah, no, that's you.
Yeah, well, I don't see too many around you tonight, there, buddy. You're kind of tired out from the weekend or what?
He's laying low tonight.
They heard about him the first night they put it on like the news. The big guy with the beard is at Maplewood tonight.
Yeah, they're all sleeping. They got a
they're tired now.
Right.
And I'll leave it with that.
You're gonna have to go over to go see one of the night shows or something and kind of crash the party or something. I don't know.
He's gonna crash. The first night when I dropped him off from Speedy Fest, I tried calling him 15 minutes later when I got home. He's like, I woke up like this. I get it.
Well, Lisa and I have been at it for 3 days with no sleep. So.
Honest to Pete, with no sleep.
Yeah.
Oh well, you guys are rock stars. You can handle it. Come on.
Totally. We live for it.
God, lucky I wasn't there. You still would be partying. Christ. Atlanta is my town. I've been
Oh,
there
God.
lots. Yeah. Next
All
is
right.
Dallas, folks.
You
We got to go
gotta
party in
drop me.
Dallas.
I gotta jump.
I am. You guys take
Okay,
care.
I got to run to a show. I love
Bye,
you guys
guys.
so much.
Love you guys.
Take care,
Be
everybody.
safe, Tim. Tom.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye bye. So I got to tell you, Brian, if you're still listening, Dawn, not Tom, Dawn. So, Tim, I wanted to catch you by yourself just for 1 second for myself.
Sure.
You know, I personally wanted to congratulate you on the ISSA Awards.
Thank you.
And I wanted to let everybody here know that you are a huge part of what we do here at the Pierce Media Group and, of course, on air the podcast. Not only my business partner, but you do make all this happen in the miracle world of doing things. You're a great artist, great inspiration to a lot of people, and I just wanted you to know that you spread a lot of love and a lot of joy around, but you share the heart of music to a lot of people, and being able to talk to somebody at your caliber helps a lot of artists. And we all want to say thank you, Tim Steinruck, for being a part of the Pierce Media Group, Big Records, and of course Hives Music. Man, that's a big one.
Thank you so much. No, I mean, I feel very blessed at what we've created over the last 3 years, between this sort of, you know, I call it the 4 pillars of independent music, which is Pierce Media Group, which is Rise Up TV, which is Big Records, which is Hive Music. Those are the 4 big pillars of independent music right now in our world. So I'm not saying there isn't others, there are.
There is.
In our world, we've created a beautiful foundation that we're building this incredible building on right now. You know, that you know, as the music industry moves towards more of an independent approach and the old guard just dies away, we are in a position to capitalize on this. And the artists that we're supporting are all beautiful. Like, for instance, you know, I just want to do a shout out here to Rachel Dara. She was at the ISSAs. You know, we're talking a 16-year-old artist who walked away with 2 awards. She walked away with Emerging Artist of the Year, and she walked away with Video of the Year that her dad shot for her. And so, you know, to be able to meet her in person, watch her have that experience, and just see the next generation coming around to really grab control and steer this new industry in a different way is a very, very, very inspiring experience. And I'm so proud to be part of it with you, Don Pierce.
Well, I thank you for that, my man. I got to thank you again for jumping on here and sharing your Times Square experience with us tonight. You know, I'm glad that you came on, and I'm glad to be able to get a hold of you. Holy man, when you're on tour and doing your thing and having fun. So, you know what, Tim, thanks for coming on board. And again, congratulations on all the success that has returned to you. This is not the first trip around the bend for the Mighty One. You know, so, you know, the days of Kiss are coming back, my friend. You know, what an honor that would have been. And I'm telling you, I am so proud to be a part of your life and, of course, the Mighty One's life. And can't wait till we do great things together with that whole organization. Don't forget, folks, we also have Mr. Steinruck and his Legs tribute band, of course, the great ZZ Top tribute band that is going to be embarking across North America with kind of a special little twist to that, and we'll share that at another time. But you know what? There's some other stuff that's happening. What else is happening in your life here?
Well, I mean, I can't really officially announce it, but you know, we're going to a country that starts with the letter I. But I can't talk about it completely yet because there's not been an official release. But the Mighty One is going to be embarking on a pretty amazing adventure. Obviously, you know, Kickin' Stones is our next single, so we're working towards a release on that, and we're also going to be shooting a video for that in the next little while too. And that, in many ways, is the big song from this Torch of Rock and Roll album. So we're really looking forward to that. Like I said, the comic book will be released this fall also. So there's lots of other things I could talk about that are going on, but those are sort of the main ones. And we are excited to bring this into the world. We're excited to go out and have these experiences because in the end, rock and roll and the music industry these days, it's artist funded, okay? So the artist needs to invest in what they are doing. In the old days, somebody else invested, but it was more like an advance, really, in a lot of ways. You had to pay it back. But now it is in the artist's hands. And that is a different kind of vibe than it ever was. And so to be able to go and celebrate here at the ISSAs that just recently was and have those wins is like a confirmation that what we're doing right here, what we're doing is actually gaining traction and is at sort of the tip of the spear of this new music industry that is Big Records, Pierce Media Group, Rise Up TV, and Hive Music. Like I say, those are the four big pillars right now. I am absolutely honored to be involved in all four of those.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it too. Miss Peggy Nora is with us here, Tim, and says congratulations on the 3 crystal win.
Thank you.
Yeah, very congratulations to you, Peggy Nora, a very fine artist out of the Okanagan here in British Columbia, and I play her a lot too. She's got a great talent. She is. So, Tim, I'm going to cut you loose, man, and let you get back to your man. I'm jealous. I am jealous, buddy. I am truly jealous of you. Oh, see, there's where the Tim Steinruck billboard should have been popping up right about now.
Yeah, that's right. We gotta make that happen for next year.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Anyway, buddy, I really want to say congratulations. Thank you for jumping on here and spending some time with us on your congratulatory tour wrap, man. Like, I'm glad that you're with us, and I'll see you when you get home, man. Like, you got to come and visit. New studio.
Yes,
brand new
absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
I'm looking forward to that.
Cat Country going FM, buddy.
When I come out to the Kootenays, we're going to get together and come and see this new location.
You bet, man. Cat Country is going strong, buddy.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hey, Timmy, I really appreciate you jumping on, man. Thank you for all the folks who's joined us today. And I got to tell you, it's been great. Cher-Marie White, Tim Steinruck, and a bunch of his friends jumping on here from New York, saying hi with Brian and Lisa, of course. You jumping on and surprising Cher-Marie White with your big congratulations was a great thing. And thank you for doing that. She really appreciates that. She's on here too, and saying, it was a great win for you, Tim. Thank you very much for joining us. You know what? It's a great time in the music business. And once again, folks, join us every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Mountain. We're going to have an entertaining night for you and a finale at the end with an actual variety show with another number of artists that's going to perform right here live, Facebook, YouTube, from our own servers and maybe from our own studio. Who knows, right?
It's coming. It's coming,
brother. Hey, Tim, congratulations. Have a great time,
brother.
buddy. I will see you when you get home. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us on Air, the special edition, live from Times Square in New York City with Mr. Tim Steinruck of the band The Mighty One. Rock and roll, buddy. You have a fantastic night.
You too. Bye, Don.